Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Warning: this video may contain explicit descriptions of drug use, violence, and sexual situations. Viewer discretion is advised as this content may not be suitable for all audiences.
Hello and welcome to this video. I hope everyone's doing fine. I hope everyone's doing well. Once again, we dive deep into The Kingdom of Fear by Hunter S. Thompson. The last episode was a little bit long. The last video was a little bit long. I keep saying episode, I mean last video. It was a little bit long. But it was a complete story within the story of the stories, and it was pretty good. So we'll continue on with what we got here.
Didn't get that crazy. Bob Broadus, Pitkin County Sheriff.
I guess it's good to travel when you have a sheriff with you. You know that. Maybe that's a negating factor.
Dealing with the DA, before and after.
Uh-oh, this is going to be a good story.
Editor's note. Dr. Thompson was again arrested for political reasons in 1995 for leading a finely organized voters' rebellion against the long-dominant Aspen Skiing Company.
Uh-oh. I remember reading this, and I also remember when this went down. I remember when the whole, because there was like news coverage, like CNN, and even some of like the local Houston channel covered it for a little bit.
Which was planning to enlarge and expand the local airport to accommodate huge new jetliners designed for industrial tourism. The Ski Co. was allied with United Airlines and the local real estate fund and corporate interests ranging from General Dynamics to Enron.
Yeah, we all know how Enron turned out.
With these Goliaths of global industry behind them, the Ski Co. anticipated no opposition at all to its November ballot initiative that would make the glorious new airport a legal, taxpayer-funded reality before the year 2000.
Hey, you know, that's big business now. If they can get taxpayers to pay their bills and build their things, they will. And it's like the kickbacks and the tax breaks companies like Walmart get. A few years back, I read, I believe it was in either Forbes or maybe Wall Street Journal, they were talking about that Walmart, their tax breaks every year is 2 to 3 times more than what the total cost for things like food stamps and lunches for schools and stuff cost the taxpayers. So yeah, when you start talking about welfare handouts, let's get rid of the corporate ones first. Then we'll see how the poor and the needy are doing with all this money that we're not using to keep companies like Walmart and Apple and Microsoft and IBM afloat.
And there was no opposition, in fact, until the ever-contentious Woody Creek Caucus suddenly reversed itself and declared war on the new airport and everything it stood for.
Yeah, like I said, I remember this. This was interesting.
Which included, by presumably universal agreement, giving the Ski Co. and its corporate money changers the right to exploit the valley on a scale previously undreamed of in the ever-shrinking ski resort business.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's... Yeah. But, yeah, Tom, I mean, I could see If people around here weren't so brainwashed, and that's an understatement, to corporate manipulation, and so susceptible to it, we could probably have a whole hell of a lot better. But, and this is a good example of fighting corporate brainwashing, corporate exploitation.
Aspen is doomed, they warned, without drastic expansion, modernization, and a total commitment to a new age commercialization.
Yeah, that's all sounds good. Makes for good sound bites.
It was a matter of life or death, economically. Thompson's epic 11th hour crusade against the airport expansion is a classic of 20th century political organizing and catapulted the no vote from 0 on October 1st to 50% on the night before the November 7th election.
Wow. Yeah, that is doing some hustling, political hustling, getting the word out.
When the doctor was arrested and jailed after addressing a rip-roaring get-out-the-vote rally in downtown Aspen that also featured the mayor, the sheriff, and a naked woman from Malibu who sold kisses.
Depends on which lips you're kissing.
News of Thompson's arrest spread rapidly and generated a huge voter turnout that swamped the new airport proposal by a 2-to-1 margin. The Ski Co. was humiliated and never entirely recovered from the defeat.
That's the reason why you don't want to make you got to be, when you have opposition on something, when you're opposition, and you've got to tread lightly, because you may do or say something that, basically you do the work for your opposition, it's just one of those things that happens in life.
The Aspen ski business remained stagnant. The following three documents tell the story of that merciless 2-year legal struggle that eventually resulted in an unprecedented solution called the Sharp Necklace Agreement. That broke the power of the local police forever. Or at least until the Attorney General overrules it for anti-terrorism reasons.
Yeah, that's they do, judges and stuff do things like that. They use something trendy or newsworthy and they morph it or twist it into something they can use to benefit them.
As always, Dr. Thompson's legally aggressive courtroom behavior is cited as a matter of record, and not necessarily as recommended behavior for others.
It may have been this case, but there may have been another case in the 90s that Thompson was involved in, because I remember a news clip of Thompson coming out of the courts and coming down the stairs and looking just smug as hell.
There are always risks in challenging excessive police power, but the risks of not challenging it are more dangerous.
Exactly, and that is something that we as Americans have forgotten.
Even fatal. Never do it impulsively.
Especially fatal, and he's right. Don't ever fuck with cops impulsively. If you're going to fuck with cops, plan out your fuckery.
The law can be cruel and unforgiving, especially of careless stupidity. The rule of thumb is beware.
Yep.
And be quiet. You are innocent until proven guilty, so act that way. And remember the felony murder law. You may have been in Chicago when the poor woman got butchered by some runaway slave on speed. It won't matter. Get ready for prison. Abandon all hope, even if you're innocent.
Yep. This is the American dream, the American judicial system. And especially if you happen to have the too dark of a skin color.
It is a weird and brutal law created by prosecutors for prosecutors because it eliminates the need for proof or even evidence.
Yep. And it also boils down to the... actually, I should say they summarized it. The first National Treasure movie. There's the main character, Nick Cage's character, and the main cop. I forget the actor who played him. They have a discussion, and the cop says, somebody has to go to jail. And that's basically what he's talking about. In order for DAs and judges and stuff to maintain, to achieve and maintain erections, somebody has to go to jail.
Thompson, cops, come to sharp necklace agreement. I did not ask for this fight. It came to me on a lonely road at the end of a wild night of politics.
And we'll leave this here. We'll go ahead and call this video good. We'll dive into the sharp necklace stuff in the next video. So until next time, be a good human. Be good to other humans. Peace.
Hey, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?